Every choice you make, including what your nutrition, your rest, and how regularly you stroll, has a prompt impact on your cardiovascular health if you are over 60. What if I informed you, however, that there is an individual practice that could be gradually affecting your heart on a daily basis? As a specialist in cardiovascular health, I have observed numerous, an overwhelming number of senior patients come into my facility in optimal condition merely to be provided an unexpected assessment they weren't prepared for. Blocked vessels, high blood stress, or even more concerning, being close to a breaking point of a cardiac event. The most unsettling and important point is that most of them were unaware that their actions were hazardous. Unhealthy eating habits and neglecting physical activity are not the sole factors that diminish the cardiac. It's something as simple as taking action the same routine each day without considering carefully. I am earnestly requesting elders to overcome this pattern in this assistance. Additionally, I will outline 5 of the most detrimental habits that can go unnoticed, causing distress to your heart right now. The positive aspect is that they can all be corrected. All you need to understand is what actions to take and actions to steer clear of. Let's proceed initiated. To guarantee that you always stay informed with tailored wellness advice, I recommend that you ring the bell and consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. Kind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if this resonates with you. Clip. If that's the case, please enter 0 to indicate how I can enhance your content. Routine, first and foremost, dedicating the majority of the day resting. It seems that you may be investing more time spent seated may be more than you realize, regardless of you may be advanced in age, no longer working, or simply experiencing a decline, more engaged than you used to be. It might seem calming to enjoy the tranquil moments in your preferred armchair, enjoying a novel viewing television, or exploring your call. Nonetheless, I must inform you something that not many medical professionals say immediately. Remaining inactive can lead to dire consequences. The heart is a living muscle. In order for it to stay strong, it must progress. Fluid blood flow decreases especially in the lower limbs. When we dedicate most of the day spent seated, this creates the optimal circumstances for lipid and cholesterol levels to gradually and steadily develop in your arteries until the harm is ultimately uncovered by a cardiovascular event or cerebral incident. I've observed it consistently in my profession. Cardiologist. Following the occurrence of an unexpected anxiety, difficulty breathing, thoracic discomfort, and lightheadedness, individuals in their 70s or 80s who experience good health and well-being arrived to find that the vessels were obstructed, their circulation, the levels were alarmingly elevated, and the heart was under pressure from years of lack of movement. The unfortunate aspect, the majority of it could potentially have been prevented with a routine walk. I am not indicating strength training or jogging. I am communicating regarding dedicating 15 to 30 minutes each day to move at a speed that feels comfortable for you, regardless of whether it's in the vicinity, within your hallway, or in adverse weather conditions in the shopping center. Essential actions for survival don't need to provide more details, just exist trustworthy. Walking enhances circulation, boosts blood flow, minimizes tension, and even improves recall. It reduces the likelihood of cognitive decline, blood sugar issues, cardiac events, and cerebrovascular incidents. First and foremost, it gives your heart its beat flow and attention it requires. It may seem like a late start, one might consider. It's always a good time for change. I assure you, single one step at a time, your heart can transform more resilient as your body matures. It's important not to allow chest discomfort to act as this is a crucial reminder for you. Medical facilities are not where care starts. Your footwear is the initial task you undertake each morning. While prolonged periods of sitting may slowly diminish your heart's strength, the food you consume daily might be equally as dangerous, especially if they include a significant amount of concealed sodium. Next, let's talk about it. Kindly inform me at your earliest convenience. Please comment below if you're still tuned in and considering these insights beneficial. Let's move on to the second point. Routine partaking in dishes that are soothing yet contains concealed seasoning. Nutrition is more than just a necessity for many senior individuals. It's reassurance tailored and recollection. A piece of toast with a sprinkle of salt, spread prepackaged broth, or that chilled the meal you've depended on for years can all possess a soothing, recognizable taste. The truth can be quite difficult to accept. The heart might be quietly experiencing pain from what brings relief to your mouth. You could potentially be astonished to discover the prevalence of salt. Even everyday foods that lack flavor, particularly salty options, may have it. The salt levels in bread condiments, dairy products, processed meats, and convenience foods can swiftly assemble. Furthermore, the body becomes increasingly vulnerable to its impacts as we grow older. Your body begins to excessive salt intake can lead to water retention. The additional fluid increases the pressure on your vessels by enhancing the quantity of circulation within your body. Elevated circulation levels, renal stress, and cardiovascular health illnesses are all directly caused by the quiet mechanism of the vessel linings becoming denser and more rigid as time progresses to this ongoing strain. This is the frightening aspect. Your blood pressure is not within the normal range. Heightened. No discomfort is noted, not a caution. It just gets more robust, quietly unnoticed until the instant when your heart can no longer withstand it. In numerous ways, those under my care were prudent. They didn't engage in smoking on a daily basis. They took a stroll but found themselves in the urgent care facility anyway. What is the reason? Due to they were accessible. They depended on snacks that have been altered, preserved items, and frozen meals with a high sodium content. Easy to prepare, easy to take in, yet it's also extremely easy to miss. The positive. There is promising information that suggests this situation can be turned around. Your palate will make the necessary changes. Meals crafted with aromatic plants, citrus allium, or perhaps merely a touch olive oil might start to have a deep and requiring a repeat procedure in as little as 2 weeks. In the meantime, your heart will start to settle down. Unwell, you might experience a reduction in blood levels. Tension. You may experience an increase in vitality, and you can reclaim your future if it was in peril. One of the most caring gestures you can offer for taking care of yourself is to prepare meals at home. Despite the fact that it might appear as a task, each meal transforms into a treatment, a quiet action of self-care for every aspect. Nonetheless, other dangers may be present in your regimen aside from salt. Indeed, the initial meal of the day could be setting you up for disappointment before the day has even started. Let's talk about that. Habit number 3, maintaining a heavy or oily breakfast to begin the day. For numerous older individuals consuming food, breakfast is a sacred tradition. It is the quiet moment before the day begins. The enticing sound of bacon cooking, the delightful scent of the comforting aroma of a freshly brewed beverage, accompanied by the inviting heat of a carefully arranged dish nutrition. Although these foods might be reassuring and well known, they might be causing significantly greater damage to your health than you may realize, especially regarding your cardiovascular health. Your health arises from a rejuvenating slumber in a delicate condition. Of course, your heart. The pace is reduced, your blood runs deeper, and your circulatory system is slowly commencing once more. Then we administer a jolt of energy to it, a breakfast that is rich in processed protein, processed grains, supplementary glucose, and unhealthy lipids. Plain toast slathered with a rich spread, savory meat, and links of flavor-fried eggs, butter, and sweet cereals. Even though these choices may appear, what may seem ordinary to you is actually quite different. They are confrontational. These substantial meals affect your circulation, elevate your lipid levels to increase dramatically, and your circulatory system to feeling constricted, especially upon waking when the body is at its most vulnerable to cardiac incidents. This combination is a certain methods that pose significant risks to well-being. The reality that most cardiac events happen at dawn, often precisely following breakfast, it is not a coincidence. Excessive numerous individuals who consistently adhered morning meal but established a routine of consuming the wrong type of the morning meal has come to my office, and it accumulated steadily over time. The subtle pressure led to a decline in cardiac strength. The blood pressure is expected to increase gradually and vessels to become inflamed. Nonetheless, there are alternatives to this situation. Even a nutritious morning meal can be extremely rewarding. A bowl of fresh fruit, a hard-boiled egg, avocado on whole grain toast, steel-cut oats with a small number of berries, or perhaps a simple nutrient-rich beverage. These foods are not suitable for a healthy eating plan. Products. These foods are healing. Individuals offer you vitality, reduce swelling, and provide your heart with a more robust beginning to the day instead of a taxing one. Breakfast serves a purpose beyond being a simple meal. Alleviate your cravings. It concerns setting the mood for what follows the day. Your initial choice each morning holds a significant influence on your heart than you might think. Nourishment isn't the only quiet adversary, however. Indulging in a drink to relax, especially as you aging, can be quietly demanding your heart in surprising ways. Let us take a closer look at it. Kindly allow me. Please indicate in the initial comment below if you are continuing to observe and discover these valuable insights. Let's proceed to the next point. Fourth in line. At this point, let's discuss the fourth habit, using wine as a means to unwind or drift off to sleep. Many seniors contemplate a brief evening drink before sleep or a glass of wine afterward, an evening meal to be a soothing indulgence, a serene partner in the quiet of the evening, or a practice of unwinding after an exhausting day. Nonetheless, numerous individuals are unaware that alcohol is no longer associated with the similar impact on your body after reaching a certain age of 60. Regrettably, the matter that once brought you peace may now be gently constricting a loop around your cardiac. Alcohol undergoes a more extensive process of metabolism, gradually by the deteriorating physique. Your blood monitoring vital signs, cardiovascular response, and overall well-being, cardiovascular stability is essential, affected by the condition of your liver, in the past capable of effortlessly removing. I have identified irregular heartbeat occurring far too often in older adults who thought their alcohol consumption was moderate, if not minimal, and even minuscule. Consistent amounts may lead to swelling in your blood vessels, boost your heart rate while you rest, and lead to abnormal heart rhythms. Following years of simply consuming 2 glasses throughout the day, I've had individuals who visited my office with fatigue difficulty in breathing, and swelling in the legs. Everything is clear, indications that their heart was under strain and facing a challenge. Alcohol was often at the heart of the issue when we located it, not in abundance, but in minor daily increments that accumulated like droplets from a dripping faucet. Furthermore, alcohol acts similarly to an intruder in the shadows for individuals who are currently managing blood pressure and cholesterol, diabetes, or alternative medications. It interferes the mechanism by which specific treatments operate, diminishing their efficacy or causing them perilously erratic. Nonetheless, this is the most excruciating element. A significant number of seniors consume to aid in sleep, alleviate stress, or fill emotional gaps instead of for pleasure. Nonetheless, consuming beverages offers deceptive comfort. It disrupts genuine resting, can elevate blood pressure during the night, and can enhance the emotional experience more anxious in the morning than it did the evening prior. An improved approach is present. Ensure you are getting adequate rest. It's preferable to be serene. Enhanced well-being. You don't require a consume for any of it. Minimizing or removing it entirely can enhance your vitality and cognitive sharpness, but additionally importantly, it will offer you many years of a more vibrant future. However, what if what you hold inside you, the body, presents a more significant danger than what the effort you invest? Let's talk about a quiet behavior that is quietly undermining individuals' hearts on both an emotional and physical level standard. Habit number 5. inhibiting emotions of concern, anger, or hopelessness. There is a nuanced form of unease that is not identified through blood examinations or imaging tests. A significant number of older individuals experience this. Grief inquietude. It is the worry that arises from the loss of someone dear, the unexpressed fury that lingered, the sadness that resides in the soul's profound depths. Although these emotions may not result in clear injuries, they do leave a mark on your soul circulatory system and even your prospects for a lengthy life existence. We were raised to be resilient and to maintain everything internally, especially for individuals who were grown up in a time when articulating feelings were seen as an indication of feebleness. I encounter that frequently. I do not desire to create any inconvenience, or I've suffered through this tension for many years. I am used to it. Nonetheless, your body gently balances what your thoughts has arrived at acknowledge. Practice number 6. When you seek guidance, control your feelings, your physical state stays vigilant. Hormones related to stress, such as cortisol and adrenaline, are secreted by your adrenal glands. Above. Over time, these substances can result in elevated blood pressure, arrhythmias, an increased likelihood of cardiac events, and cerebrovascular incidents, along with a rise in pulse rate and narrowing of blood vessels. It doesn't matter how far you walk or how you maintain a nutritious diet. Everything can be reversed due to persistent emotional strain. Individuals seeking medical care. I have noticed that I have completed all tasks accurately. They took their medication and continued with their tasks, complied with dietary plans. Nonetheless, underneath it all were intense feelings marks: despair, isolation, regret, or resentment. What was left unspoken physically burdened their hearts. Habit count 7. While it may provide assistance, intervention is not required to commence the recovery journey. Documenting your reflections in a journal, conversing with a companion genuinely, or perhaps simply dedicating 10. Take a few moments each day to sit in stillness, and taking deep breaths can occasionally be the initial move towards recovery. Intense interventions are not required to alleviate stress. What you require is steady commitment and purpose. It's important to remember that expressing your reality is not an indication of feebleness. It's authority. Omitting is not the same as releasing what exists challenging. It involves creating the choice to protect and permit your heart to heal. Nonetheless, there exists a risk that may be quietly affecting your heart during the night, regardless of the circumstances. Emotionally stable. Your companion may listen to it nightly, yet it might go unnoticed, even recognize it. Let's examine what your snoring might actually indicate to inform you. One final sincere declaration. If you have read this far, I want to express my gratitude for your genuine concern, for reading, possessing ample empathy to acquire knowledge, and maybe most, it is crucial to adjust. That takes courage, especially after reaching the age of 60, when habits evolve and adapt can be overwhelming. However, I would like you to keep this in consideration. Your heart has consistently been always here to support you. Regardless of the circumstances it possesses, have been carefully guiding you through every phase of your existence from the moment you came into existence. It lacked mutuality. Inquiries. Thank you very much. But alas, no rest. It simply persisted. It requires your attention at this moment through small, consistent gestures of compassion instead of grand actions or perfection regimens. A leisurely walk around the community rather than a bottle, a cup of hydration, choosing a meal without seasoning. Ensure you have enough rest. Releasing anger. These are not just recommendations for well-being. Individuals are compassionate actions for the body part that has demonstrated the greatest care. With a handful simple decisions, I've assisted individuals in their 60s, 70s, and even 90s enhance their well-being. There is always an opportunity for change regardless of when it occurs. It remains feasible to achieve a longer life, healthier life. There's no need for you to be impeccable. All you have to do is be intentional. Start with 1. Conduct just 1. The most profound restoration. One can begin with the smallest action. Additionally, remember this: if you ever experience feeling disheartened or alone during the journey, Your presence continues to be important to some individuals. Your perspective, your laughter, your existence. There are still numerous precious moments remaining in your heart to share. There are still many memories to create, so take care of it, honor it, compensate, focus on it, because each pulse remains significant. And if you protect the heart that has always been with you, you might still be on the brink of your most remarkable years of you. Stay strong and persistent. Treat yourself with compassion as the highest priority. Stay committed because it truly matters to you. The aim of these presentations is to inspire you to embrace life to the complete and most authentic. It's wonderful to receive your message at this time. Consider for a moment, then share one detail you've discovered that you wish to apply in your own existence. On this journey of embracing these, let's support each other through the challenges we face. If this video was enjoyable for you, please provide a note with one. If not, feel free to utilize 0 in your comment. Your insights hold significant value for us. For additional content like this, please make sure to consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and giving us a thumbs up. And distribute our videos. Your support means a lot to me. Observing, and I trust you find joy in your existence. Live your life according to your own vision.